Hello, for the light of the truth and clarity. I'm making this video hopefully to get it out before the new year to kind of just shift over into starting the new year in the energy of being a tone setter. And I've made this decision based off of recent, what should I call them? Recent, or I mean, it's past now, but confusion with the fictitious people who think that they think that they're getting ahead with doing this. They're not, because truth wins no matter what. And first, to start off with, so I am Colin Lacey F and Jane Colin Taylor, born early 90s. At that time, the birth certificate system was functionable. So my name is Lacey Jane Taylor. Come to find out, birth certificate system ended when the U.S. came out of its third and final international bankruptcy. When you're bankrupt, you don't have contract rights. It ended with that system in 1999. And you can go on the website, blah, 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 lastlikesand.com. I have it in my bio section to comprehend that. It's pretty massive. Anyways, before I knew about that, I'm also a veteran, joined in 2010, and then actively speaking or going in for drill or any sort of duty that ended in 2016, and then full Army contract ended in 2018. And that's really, the way that they set that up was really fucking weird. But the term in the digital space, tilde Commander Lace, is a fictitious title. And that title I made specifically because of my knowledge with working and kind of viewing what the structure of the incident command system is, or was, I should say, in the federal kind of layout or the spaces. And I was in a position where I was the only one comprehending what the incident was, which was like most of it had to do with 5G technology, but also just the fact that there is a huge incident of illegalities or unlawfulness and negligence going on in the current and still going on, the fiction fucking clown show that's going on that we call government. Again, with 5G technology, and then just in general, a lot of things were not actually it's unsustainable. It doesn't benefit the people or the actual living, breathing person. It literally just feeds their fucked up version of the dead. Really, seriously. So just to clear that. Now, recently and today, so I'm going to tell you two scenarios. The first one was with this Jason Glass dude or whatever. Apparently he was on, again, before I knew about Commander-in-Chief Colin Russell F. J. Colin Gould, who captured the Title IV flag and the Title IV flag venue, which is the seat of the government, official government business. Copyright, safeguard it with quantum grammar technology, correct sense, structure, communication, parsing, syntax, grammar, performance technology, which essentially you can take any language in the world and put it in the correct sentence structure and comprehend, and with math interface, identify what is fact in that sentence. So there's no subject to interpretation, which is happening in courts and all legal systems going on right now. And that's why they're harvesting people, because it's just like, oh, well, you've given your child over to the state at birth, so now they can do whatever they want with your soul, value, time, money, whatever you're valued as. And people, you're given a value at birth, and then you get sold to different banks and stuff. There's a whole shit show with it because you're considered stock. Anyways, so Jason Matthew Glass, first of all, I knew who he was. I've never talked to him before, blah, 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 blah. Apparently he was studying chief stuff in 2017. He started, blah, 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 thinks he knows what he's talking about. David Wood Miller was Commander-in-Chief's business partner, but he surrendered his flag. He surrendered it. And I don't know, Jason apparently is like idolizing David and not comprehending the full scope of all the venues involved with contract and this type of technology. And then he wants to come on my page and pick apart what I have on there when he has no idea what he's talking about or why I set the things the way that I did. Because you can do you can click any button in the space. You can make it whatever, but if there's no contract or any sort of even communication involved with the other person or party or entity, there's nothing. You have nothing going on. Actually, let's look up because contract controls everything. And even before contract or quantum grammar, you're able to comprehend that. What comes before that? You're born, and the only thing you can comprehend is breathing and the love coming from whoever is the love of the creator. Really, that's really it. And the amount of lack of emotional, and in the quantum grammar venue, it would be called motional intelligence with navigating the sea of space, space-time continuum, whatever you want to call it. The lack of that type of comprehension or intelligence is pretty fucking obvious, and that's going to fuck over everybody. It's going to fuck, and it's already happened. Because it's and that's even with the Claim of the Life website, because I don't know who runs the Claim of the Life website, and I've claimed my life. I mean, you go through that website to get your Claim of the Life document with Chief's fingerprint on it, as well as mine. I did my own performance with it, but the Claim of the Life website, whoever's running it, that's very unclear, and that's going to have to be corrected because it's not going to sustain itself in the next year. I can guarantee you, and I'm a witness to this. And I have evidence. I've printed off all the emails. I've printed off everything to do with my scenario and my confusion with it. And there should be none of that going on, because what does Chief say? First rule of contract is closure and comprehension. If you're going to contract or do business or anything with anybody, they have to comprehend and have closure about what is in the contract, what you're talking about, what is the fact of the matter. So, and the only way to do that is to communicate. So, there are natural consequences for not contracting or communicating naturally. Like naturally, it's natural law. And maybe, I don't know, I've thought about this. I'm like, maybe I'm just like a natural consequence of this void of comprehension with many individuals, because it seems we can separate ourselves in so much, but at some point you have to breathe it all in and actually live it. And it's like, they don't want to, people lack that capacity to like be that authentic kind of like, oh yeah, this is my jam now. Like, it's just, because it involves accountability. And a lot of people are hurt or they have trauma, and some of that is so painful that they lack the capacity or even the contractual capacity to like even deal with it. So they avoid it, whatever. Subconsciously, some do it consciously. And you know what? Those things are clocked. They are literally clocked, because what time is it? It's now time. So And I'll even go back into this is like my generation. I'll just speak for myself specifically, and then other people on my wavelength can comprehend this. Is that we did not have a choice in having these computers, these digital worlds shoved in our faces. We are literally a bridge in between the old world where they're like communication and direct communication was how to do things. And then there's the generation after us who literally don't know life without computers. And it's mostly the utilizing the imbalanced like right side of the brain where it's all like I don't know, there really is no direct anything. There's no true testosterone. Like it's just, and there's nothing wrong with testosterone and estrogen. Estrogen actually holds water. So, and testosterone, it's so like, if I were to take the word contract and actually make it into like, put it into the medical thing, then it's a whole different venue because you're working with the old ancient wisdom knowledge of like the womb and women's bodies. In old ancient wisdom and Gnostic text, the female body was like the goddess. It's where life manifested from. It literally came out of the body of a woman. And that's not degrading men. It's just, it was honored because it was the provider and creator of life. It literally we grow it in our bodies. And those chemical compositions that take place, like, you can't even conceive, it's not conceptualized at how many things have to take place to grow a human, to grow life in you. I've actually never done it, but I mean, that doesn't mean I don't hold that wisdom in my genes or in my embodiment. Either way, so let's look up the word contract. So the word contract, from what I looked at several sources. It originates, it's a Latin word, and it originates from the Latin word contractus, which is derived from contrahere, meaning to draw together. So you take two people together with a certain idea, cargo of thinking. This Latin term combines con, together, and trahere, to draw or pull. The term evolved through Old French before entering Middle English in modern usage. Contract refers to both legal agreement and the act of drawing together or shrinking. So there's the legal agreement or lawful, whatever you want to call it, and then the kind of medical, biological terminology. So I guess you could actually comprehend that on both lawful and biological drawing together. So, and for this instance, I'm going to pick this apart and get it to the nitty gritty. So drawing together or shrinking. So drawing together, you could essentially conceive of like a male and a female, and they would have to agree, which would be a contract to come together. If they both agree, they would draw together and they would enter or shrinking. Like, maybe I should make this video like yeah, that's interesting. I don't think I'm going to make this video. I'm going to end it here or make a different one.